SK Vibemaker.
The guy in front of me, very enigmatic, very elusive, checkered, prolific, legend, Godfather, Eskiboy, Wiley in the building.
That's a good intro.
Jesus.
That's a good intro.
Do you know what? I know that I'm a person that has had the pleasure of being able to sit down and talk to you a few times.
Yeah, man. Before.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very elusive over the years. But you know what? We are definitely sitting down because you've got the autobiography, which is out, man.
Yes, I
have.
The book, man. I have a book out there. It feels so weird because I've never sold a book before. I'm glad that people get to read a book about me so that they can read and then have their own view on, if they might have seen what I've been through before. If they read the book, they'll say, well, this because of that, or that because of this, or you know what I mean. So that's what I really want people to get into that book, because they will understand me more as a person.
And the book's called Eskiboy.
Yep.
Obviously, people have known you as Eskiboy over the years.
Yep.
And so this is undiluted. This is all your own words, right?
Yep. And my sister and my dad helped. Yep. So when they speak, it'll be from their point of view. Obviously, I can't big up my chest through my sister or my dad. You know, they will just speak from their point of view. So that was a good thing, because if it's all just you, I've read books before, where there's just bigging up chests. You know what I'm saying? And life's not just about that, so yeah. So
is this something that you've always wanted to do, or was this a recent decision?
No, man, I never had it. Listen, when John Wolfe came to me and said, let's do a book of da-da-da, I thought, I was a bit pissed off, because I'm saying, right, man, is it the end of my Ask Clark career, bro? What do you mean book? And best of Wiley and all this. I'm saying,
they were trying to put you in the grave early, yeah?
Yeah, but then you step away from that, and then I said to myself, you know what? I want to do a film. And they said, well, a lot of films come from books, or blah, 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 blah. So that's really how we got into the book, because I wanted to do a Wiley film. And usually when people do films, there's sometimes a book before, or sometimes they just do the film. You know what I mean? So I think that's where we got to it.
We've been a little bit rude in some respects today, because, I usually do, I know I gave you the introduction, but I usually do I don't feel like this is necessary for you. I usually do the history lesson into an artist. Yeah. And I don't think it's fair to do that, because I think your name is unmistakable.
Understand.
A lot of people know about your history in the UK.
Understand.
But say, for example, someone is 10 years old, or they're waking up from a coma, and you are trying to introduce to them Wiley, the artist. How does Wiley explain himself and talk about his history so far in as short of sentence as possible?
Yeah, the short amount of time. Basically, I don't know if I could be the one to do that, because when you're an artist, you're not allowed to talk about yourself. You can big up your chest on the mic towards another person, but I can't say, I can't. The fans can say more than the artist can, right? The fans will tell you, right? So say if I said my history, as a bias, I'm gonna pick all the good things again, like what we said before, right? When a fan does it, or someone else who's not me, they pick everything. You know, because a career and a history of an artist is not just about when they're on the mic. It's about when they're off the mic as well. And are they disrespectful? Are they a horrible person? You know, there's a lot of elements that go into that. And I just think, for my history, to be able to say it in a short amount of time, if I was gonna, I would just say that I've had 17 years of trying to get there. And Dizzee Rascal was already there at the beginning. So it's like coming up with someone, one of them pops off, you're angry as hell because you haven't popped off. Then you break your neck for 17 years, get nothing, really. You get something, but nothing compared to Dizzee.
And what you deserve as well.
And what I deserve. And then 17 years later, they look around and say, oh, in actual fact, he brought in him, her, them, this, that. I even brought in him, and then he likes to bring in people, basically. And then it all will. So if you would have said to me, Wiley, is that the journey you would prefer? I would say no, I want Dizzee's journey. or Kano's journey, or like, you know, not their journey, but their first come out the gate. I'm Nang. Everyone loves me. This is my best work I will ever do. Whereas I come out the gate and that's not my best work.
When you say in those 17 years,
yes,
where you start in the 17 years?
1999. On 1999 December, when I made a tune called Year 2000, my first grime tune, and Slimzy had it on the dub. I made it around Genius's house, and it was a beat that weren't going into garage.
Yeah.
Grime is music that weren't accepted in garage. Everyone knows that. So that was the first one I done there, and from then to now, obviously I've met Dizzee. I've had a crazy journey there, but I mean, in that 17 years, I've been trying to make it. You just don't know that. My guy was already there. So I've been smashing my head against the wall for 17 years.
Wouldn't you say that is part of the hunger rather than being complacent?
It is part of the hunger, but it's also to someone else. Like, say I listen to a lot of rap, I listen to a lot of music and stuff, and if you said to someone, what would you rather do? Come in the game hot, everyone loves you, you pop off and you're having a good time, or come in the game, you're not really hot, and after 17 years people say, oh yeah, he helped him, they're gonna go with the other one. So that's why if someone come in and said to me, right, Wiley, explain to me the history of you in a short space, I'd say, listen, pal, it has been 17 years of trying to become something because I started with someone who was already something. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Eskiboy, the book is out now, and I've read a bit of it, and I'm looking forward to reading.
I need to get you the audio book. I don't want to put you through that.
Listen, it's not the biggest book.
No, it's not a big book, but you know what it is? If you know me already, like you do, the book is only gonna make you say, okay, so them certain times when he missed a few, or he didn't turn up, or he da-da-da, or man had a ute. When man had my first ute, bro, you may as well drop me off at Mars and said, if you can get home, because I was, not that, it's not a bad thing to have a child, but I was a confused dad at the beginning. Like, not the baby wasn't born yet, but
Your
I
first
was like,
child.
yeah, fresh, like, I was like, oh, what, baby, I don't know, like, and then the baby came, and all I knew was that I need to go to work, yes, to feed the baby, but more importantly, I need to be a father. And I wasn't a father. When my daughter was born, I wasn't a father yet. I shouldn't have been, because I have to learn how to be one, don't I? So it's taken quite a while. Like, I'm always been a good dad, love my children, but I mean, being a father is not taking your kid to Foot Locker and buying it Nike every week. That's not being a father.
There's not no manual though, man.
There isn't a
myself.
manual.
There's a lot of trial and error involved.
There's a lot.
And what I'm saying about this book as well is I was fortunate enough to get 2 of them.
Understand.
Now, like, for me, there's going to be a lot that I know that's in the book.
Yeah, for you.
But then there's going to be confirmation. There's going to be little bits of fills in the gaps.
True.
But I also gave one to my girl.
Yeah,
and like,
so
she is going to get a whole different perspective. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, the point is, this book is for many different people.
Yes,
and just because people know you doesn't mean they can't still have this book and enjoy it and learn things.
That's the truth.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the
so
truth.
with the Godfather name that people seem to have bestowed on you recently, does that make you feel some sense of responsibility to like the younger generation as a role model or anything like that?
No, it doesn't do that. It just lets you know that, because you've already done it. That's why they call you it. So you would have already done all the putting everyone together, making all the vibe blessed. Then you're the Godfather. Once you're the Godfather, you're like over a wall where you are kind of no longer allowed to compete with who's over the other side of the wall. Basically. Like, James Brown, once he's solidified, he didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't going to compete with who's over there. He just was over here. They kind of call you it towards the end. You know what I mean? Like, they don't call you the Godfather at 20, so it's kind of towards the end why they call you it. And I think the responsibility that the Godfather would have is just to overlook and oversee, but he doesn't have to speak. I don't have to look at what's going on and speak every time. I can be quiet, because if I something that I might speak on might not be my business or might not be my place to speak on it. So I think the responsibility is only to overlook and oversee, and the people within like the scene, it's their responsibility to know what I want or what they're doing and stuff, because I've been here kind of before where something happens, I make a comment, then someone don't like it, and then we're arguing, and then I think, you know what, Wiley, you could have just shut your mouth, you know, because it's not your. If that is what you thought, you could have kept that to yourself, and even if everyone else thought it, let them say it instead.
We are going to talk about not too much gossip, and rumors.
Yeah, but we can, because there's nothing to hide, and anything that has been said to me about me or anything like that, it's not like it's been said. It's nothing that's been said to me that I be like, oh, it's all been said.
I like that, man. There's not too much media training, and there's not things off limits.
Yeah,
now,
you know what I mean?
What I was about to get to is recently people were talking about, because you've got this Godfather title, people were talking about whether there were other people who made grime before you or need to be on the same platform when that's mentioned.
Well, there's people who made garage, because we need to make that clear. Like, I know I bigged up the people who were before me. I know who Heartless Crew are. I know who Soul Solid are. Before them, I know who EZ and everyone else was. Soul Solid and Heartless Crew were accepted in garage. That's why they're not grime. They were accepted. They sold 1 million copies. They were garage. This is the first time I'm even saying this. They were garage. Me and my little bunglings, we were not garage. So that is the difference between it. Even if I big up Oxide and Neutrino, even if I big up The Casualty, it's still garage slightly. It's true. It's just that, oh no, the beat on its own was borderline garage grime where it was heading. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because it was a bit dark.
Yeah, like, so they're garage. It's just a little, they're garage, bro. And I've just realised that after bigging everyone up for so long, I'm saying, them and the garage, bro.
I have definitely asked you this question before, but I'm going to ask you it again in 2017 and on record.
Yes.
How much of a claim do you make to being the originator or the founder of grime?
I believe that me and Dizzee Rascal made it into something that became music business. That's what I know. I don't know. I know Pay As You Go before me. I know Major Ace and Maxwell and Plague were on garage first with Paco and Slimzy. I know Slimzy is a very strong character when it comes to Godfather. He is one of them. You can't say, when I say Godfather of grime, or no, when the fan says, Wiley, you're the Godfather of grime, it's no disrespect to Slimzy. Slimzy was way before grime. Slimzy was hardcore, acid, rah, rare, garage. He was everything. He had a pirate radio session. So he was whatever he wanted to be. And so Slimzy, he's a bigger thing. But like, for this little Godfather title, it could have only been me or Dizzee that you could have called it. Or Kano, or blah, and they're younger than me. And they don't want that title. Well, Dizzee does. He doesn't want it. He doesn't care about the Godfather title. He just wants everyone to respect him and know that he was there with me at the beginning and started it off. That's what he wants everyone to know. I've told him. When you was here, when you was gone, every person that I met and worked with, I encouraged them that if you ever called them Dizzee, they should go and work with you. I could have said, nah, don't work with him. He don't like me. You know what I mean? I've never done that with not one. From Skepta to JME to everyone. I always said, if he calls you, because people ask me, Rah, what happened with you and Dizzee, man? What's Dizzee like? What's blah, blah, blah. He's sick, man. He's a good kid. He's this. He's big. He's sick. He busts up this stage. He busts up that stage. So there is no real animosity between me and Dizzee, except the fact that he got stabbed. We was there. We wasn't there when he got stabbed, but he got stabbed over there. The whole situation went on. We came back, and his path was clear. I'm going this way with Nick Detnan because Nick says I'm the best rapper around there, and if he takes me on my own, we can go and earn the multi-billions. So that's where I'm going. And I didn't say, you're not going. I own you.
Was there any regret from your standpoint where maybe you could have salvaged a friendship or relationship in any way?
Nah, there's no regret. Reason being, this was the path. That's why it took me 17 years to get here, and he come out the gate winning. This was what was meant to happen. Jay-Z is there Damon Dash is over there. That's what was meant to happen. There was a day when if I said to you, Jay-Z and Damon Dash won't be talking in 10 years, you would have said, shut up. You get what I'm saying?
But so some of Dizzee's arguments as well is that like he only knew you for like a couple of years,
That's
a
what
few
he
years.
Says. But you only knew me for a couple of years, and the reason that you've got what you've got and why you're big could never possibly have happened without me. Because you wouldn't have met Nick. That was my manager. He wouldn't have seen you and been able to say, right, this kid's better than all these. I'm going to get him and run off. You understand what I'm saying? So no matter where Dizzee goes, I'm there. And that hurts him. You know what I'm saying? You can't get away, bro. You go cut corners. I know what he was like. He was like this. He was like that. Okay, I never done nothing stupid in front of you. Ever. Any mistake I've made in my life personally, it weren't in front of you, pal. So you get what I'm saying? And I don't claim to be perfect. I know I'm not a bumberhole as much as he tries to make out. I know I've got a good heart. I know I have good intentions. I know I've been in situations before. Like, he will say stuff to me, I'll say stuff back. And it's like a cussing match, right? But in that same breath, in that cussing match, like the recent ones that we've had, when I actually look in and I say, wow, is that what you're going to say? Because you know me, really. If you know me really, then you would have said, I know what happened there. It's a situation and blah, blah. You've just turned left and been like, nah, he's that, he's this, he's done that. And then I'm like, but you know me and you know I'm not that. So that upsets me coming from him. You know, like someone else might have said, Wiley or Bumba, I rare. That was what they experienced with me. But his experiences with me were nothing other than just, you're Dizzee Rascal. If I'm the one who's saying, you're Dizzee Rascal, you're sick. If I'm, basically, I was your first #1 fan who helped you for nothing. Never took no money, never took a percentage, didn't say I own you, didn't Birdman Lil Wayne, nothing. So that is like, I didn't try and claim you. I was very pure towards that boy. And he knows this. I was very pure towards that boy. I showed him everything that we was meant to see. I showed him everything we were going on to see. I took him, we was driving to raves. I didn't have no driving license. You know, like I risked a lot of my energy. I'm going to raves in Wandsworth where youths don't like him and they want to try it. You know what I'm saying? I put my life on the line. Obviously, when he got stabbed, it just removes it all though. But sometimes I sit there and I think, well, I got stabbed 21 times after that. So can we have some leeway for the ones who've been stabbed? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad, man. It's mad. But all I have is respect for the person.
Straight up.
But if it's a cussing match, I'm going to cuss back, you're going to cuss back. But then we're going to look stupid because we're big men. So it's silly. And I just wish that he didn't get stabbed.
Of course.
Guess what though? If he didn't get stabbed, it wouldn't have been the same today. It wouldn't be the same outcome, would it? So that's why I say no regret, no changes, because even myself, like, if I didn't get stabbed, I might not have learned, you know what? I'm going to stay in my yard today, you know, or you know what? I'm not running up my mouth and arguing up with people so much anymore, because it all just ends with men who don't want to stop. They want to show each other who can go furthest. And even if you win today, you can lose next week. Even if you lose next week, you can win again the next week, but then you can, it's a silly game. That beef, the road, the this, the that, it's a silly game. And me and Dizzee have never had that. He's never put a hand on me. I've never put a hand on him. So it's a mad one, bro. I just wish he didn't get stabbed.
So with this book, I mean, Autobiography, which is out now, Eskiboy, you was kind of talking earlier about the fact that you was apprehensive in the first place to do it because you thought like maybe people were writing you off, trying to put you in the grave early.
It's the end of your career.
Exactly.
When you do books,
but at this point, this is maybe some sort of a ending of some sort of chapter. And I wanted to ask you.
It's basically My Boy in the Corner, but it's not an album.
But what I wanted to ask you though, are you done with like clashing? Are you done with the Dizzee Rascal squabbling? It comes to a point maybe when that needs to just
I've got nothing more to say to him, but don't try and use me to sell your little 1-2 raskets and that. Don't do that, because I won't. If you think you used me and you got away with it, you won't want to see what.
Did you feel like it was that?
I heard it. Yeah? I've heard it from all different aspects, and I'm like, rah, did it get to that? You get me? Then I see him crack. He cracked. I'm gonna kill you. Ha ha. And then I said, you know what? I'm not laughing this out, Willow. You cracked. But listen, I said to myself, you know what? Stop playing games with this boy. This is your younger G, bro. I don't need to fight and argue out with this boy, but he needs to stop thinking I'm a boy for him.
The thing is, with that Twitter squabble that happened, there were some. This is a bit dark and that, but
no, it's not dark.
There was some serious allegations made.
Well, there was, but you can't say to me, yeah, you banged your DJ's 14-year-old sister if you wasn't standing there and saw me bang the 14-year-old sister, and you know I didn't bang the DJ's 14-year-old sister. You know what was going on, though. You do know what was going on. If that's a guy, he's the DJ, and different people come to the house, and obviously, like, you have two sisters. Who's the most famous one at the time? So who do you think they were looking at before even me? Do you understand? It's not that. And I'm human about that situation. Like I big up the DJ. I know what's happened. You get me? They got it wrong. Obviously, you saw what he wrote. You saw what he said, that they in the yard they rushed me and whatever. If I banged any 14-year-old girl, I would have got arrested then to start with. There would have been police around it. You understand what I'm saying? So, which means I didn't touch her, but yes, one sister, an older sister, may have been trying to talk. Or you go around there and they're looking. So what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Because I've got two sisters, you know? So you think I don't know? And I tried to explain this to the DJ, you know? I got two sisters too. You think I don't know what this is? Like, one of my sisters, one day I come home and my sister with her boyfriend, I look in the car, it's a boy who I've been having drama from within Stratford. So what am I going to say? And that's the thing what I was trying to explain there to the DJ. You know what? I hear you and I know you're mad, but do you really believe that I done that though? You're just rushing me up. You don't even want to see. You just believe that I done that. All right, cool.
I'm looking forward to this new album, Godfather 2, man.
SK Vibemaker.